Hey, this is your girl Zay, and welcome to my channel. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And let's get on down to the nitty-gritty, to the topic of transfer energy. So the reason why I picked this topic today out of all days is because for the last couple weeks or so, I've noticed that because I've been venting and my significant other has been venting, that people have been entangled and entwined in our web that we have created. And it wasn't a dividing of conquer in my head. I just wanted people to, know what was going on, because when people ask you, oh, how you been, how you doing, instead of saying okay, giving the regular schmegular degler straight answer, I tell people, like, because you have to let your inner vent out. You don't want to keep that bottled up. That's how people lose minds and go crazy. So, I've confided in a few people, just to give you basic generalities of the story. I've told a few people about how I've been feeling mentally and emotionally, about my significant other, or about the situation of me moving to a whole new state, a new environment, of me being uncomfortable, and me just letting go of my guard and expressing my feelings. Of course, some people, they took my side. Some people took his side. Some people told me I was wrong. Some people told him he was wrong. And in the midst of that, all I was thinking is that I was venting. But the whole time is I was transferring my energy, my negativity of how I was feeling, and I was pouring it into another cup of someone else. And I was letting it overflow on top of toxicity, on top of toxicity. And the reason why I say energy is transfer, because once a person take a thought of a person of what you're saying, it becomes into accountability of that noggin in front of the login. That, okay, oh, this is what that person's like. Oh, this is what a person. Most people they can't make their own self opinion of a person. So what you say or what they do forms an opinion. Some of us are different than others. I tend to form my own depending on what people say, and that's just who I am until you do something to me to despise me. But energy has a limit to people. Some people can take it, some people can't. And I realized that things got serious when it came to a dispute between me and another person who opinion at the table did matter to me. I'm not going to say that it didn't, because it did. And lines was crossed on both ends. Accountability. But I took the L with not with privilege, but with respect, because it was my fault. You know what I mean? It was me throwing salt on the rice, and even though people was trying to tell me and talk to me about stuff, but because I'm the type of person, I've been through so much, I've done with so many things, that my short term of fuse rages off. So I definitely wholeheartedly, and I hope that person hears me loud and clear, that I did apologize. I say, well, sorry, but just because you say sorry doesn't mean that the person is over it. Sometimes wounds take time to heal, and that's okay. But for now on, I have learned, and people can take it this way, the way they want it. For now on, I'm just gonna say I'm better than I was yesterday, because that's the honest truth. I can't say that I'm okay, because people are like, well, girl, no, really tell me what's going on. And then I start telling people, and then we back at where we was at from square one. And I'm just gonna straight say I'm better than I was from yesterday, because I realized that my fuel to my fire, me venting, has caused problems and divided people that, that really got hurt in the situation. And that was never my intent in any circumstances, was for anyone to get hurt, or anybody to throw bowls, or anybody to get into arguments over me or me and my significant other. I just really wanted to feel validated. I just really wanted to feel respected and equal in my partnership. And at times, over the course of the time, I haven't been, and I know I got some work to do on. It takes two people to destroy a relationship, and it takes two people to put it back together. But underlying all of that, we both have some demons, some scars that we thought were healed, and they really wasn't in the beginning. And it's time to go back to the basics. Therapies, psychiatric evaluations, whatever you want to call it, 101, whatever you want to call it. But lesson learned. Please take my advice, people. Don't always be so quick to tell everybody how you're feeling because they're asking. Sometimes it's okay to say nothing's going on. Sometimes it's okay. And this is not me being shysty or shady. And this is not me. I hope people don't see it as that way. It's just that after watching and trickling how things have happened and people feel the way they feel against me or towards me or this and the third, it's understandable. People are entitled to have their opinion. People are entitled to feel the way they feel. And I wholeheartedly hope that people understand that what you feel and what I feel is two different feelings. But as long as you respect a person's feelings and how they feel in a situation. Because I'll say this. You never know when it's going to be your turn to go through the same thing another person has went through. And no, it's not always easy to walk away from something. Especially when you've been subjectified and talked down as an individual. And people say, oh, I bet you I won't do that or put myself in that predicament in my shoes. Let me tell you something. I was that same girl who used to say that a long time, and look at me now. I'm fighting against and towards something that I'm trying to get to for myself as self-credit for myself and to be back the person I used to be. I used to be a very strong, still dominant female. And I miss the girl I used to be. I miss the outspoken, which I still am, but sometimes I feel like I hold myself back. But from saying certain things and doing certain things the way I used to, maybe because I'm a mother, maybe because I'm a wife, maybe because I'm a lot of things, and there's always someone watching, but I want to get back into a place, and I want people to understand this, a place of self-respect from the other person and towards myself. I want to get to a place where I'm happy again because I haven't been happy in a very long time. Inside, there's no excuse to, people saying, oh, why do you allow your fear? Fear can be like one of the worstest, darkest places in a person's mind. And it hurts. Fear can subject you to letting yourself be in situations that you don't need to be in. And that's crazy, but it's the true fact. All that to say is that it's okay to vent. It's okay to recognize when you're wrong. And God knows I've definitely played my part in my relationship with whoever I've played my parts in relationships. And I just hope that I can get over this hill in this journey one day, to say, I walked away with my peace. I walked away with, my dignity, my pride. And sometimes we got to leave our pride at the door, Sometimes we got to move forward. Sometimes we got to walk in silence. Sometimes it's okay to just, keep your head up or keep your head down, however you want to see it. But I'm not suggesting this video to anyone personally. It's definitely to myself. But I always like to tell you guys to know my life experiences so you can learn from them. And at the end of the day, watch who you are as a person in your relationship. As people, we lose ourselves, and people don't realize that you do lose yourself in a relationship. You do lose yourself at being a mom or, an individual when you're wearing a million hats. And yes, it's easier said than done, but make time for yourself. Make time for your self-healing before you jump into something with someone or out of something with someone. Make sure you give yourself enough time to heal. Make sure you give yourself enough time. And if you don't think that you have fully, say, hey, this is not right now. This is not for me. And, you know, I might have to decline, be friends. But, you know, it takes a real person to respect the person and say, hey, this isn't what I think is good right now for me spiritually. You know, because it takes a lot to be in a relationship. It takes a lot to be in a marriage. It takes a lot to be a parent. It takes a lot to be a lot of things. And you got to be willing to go through everything that comes with it. That's why I always say a relationship is like emotional roller coaster. I love that song. It speaks highly facts because you're on a ride that you can't get off because you're enjoying the ride. And 1 minute when you're not enjoying the ride, you're enjoying the addiction of it. And a relationship is definitely an addiction, especially when you're bind to someone in a lot of ways that you don't know that you can be bind to them. You know, it's what it is. I'm not going to be before you guys long. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And just remember, people, these are only my opinions. It's not to throw stones at anyone. It's not for me to, you know, put my business out there for people to say, oh, well, I knew she was this and that, and I knew she was. No, it's for me, for you to learn not to do the same stupid shit I've done. And hopefully, you know, you take it in the credibility that someone's sharing their deepest thoughts and their deepest dark moments in their lives, because it's tough to come out and say them out loud and share them with the public. And people have so many different opinions. Like I said, that some of those opinions you're not going to want to hear, but you have to, because your opinion, that person's opinion, isn't always the whole segment of a set. You know, we all deal with things different and we all take things different and see it different because we all have a different perspective of it. But like I said, this is always just my journeys of things I go through or things I've been through. And I just always want to be 100% honest with my viewers. You know, I always say this: you love to hate me to love me. You know, it's part of the title of what I took when I decided to do this webpage. And I hope graciously that you guys leave your honest opinion. I'm not going to come at rah-rah. You know, I know people think I'm a firecracker and a firework ready to explode. But I don't think that. I think I'm just a character that's misunderstood at times. And when you back Missy in a corner and not hear her from what she's saying and how she's feeling, because that's anybody. If a person feels like they're not being heard enough or heard at all, eventually that bottle's gonna crack. And I think I'm just always that bottle, because I'm the type of person that holds so much in that when it's time to let it out, it just explodes. And sometimes it explodes on the wrong person. And you know, I'm sorry, but I want to say this to all those who have been supportive, all those who have, you know, been there for me and my family through any journey that we have been through. You know, everything in life is a lesson learned. And you either going to take it with a grain of salt and learn from it and move forward, or keep dealing with the same bullshit. So remember to like, share, and subscribe, and comment at the bottom. Peace and love. Love you. Have a great day, guys.